Hi, everybody. This is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so. And if you get anything from my work, I connect that epiphany and mind explosion. A new book to read, a new author to explore, artwork to create. Please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom of the description of this channel. Allycatcreations211.com is where you can see my paint and sip paintings, my pyramids, business card holders, candles, paint and sip paintings, the craft signs, everything that I make. I will be updating the website. Um, the phone is still the old phone. I haven't gotten a new phone yet, so it's glitchy. So I'm working on trying to get photos for the website to put up. We're working on it. But check out all the stuff that's there already. And if you're interested in anything, please email me. I do everything privately. 3D memberships is a really great way to support the channel and to keep it going, keep me fed, and just all the other bills that come along with having a stream. My ways of thanking you is doing channel member only content, which right now I'm doing oracle readings that are just about an hour between Saturday and Sunday. I usually post those. It's a really great way to get some healing guidance, some path guidance from spirit. I also, when I can financially handle it, do raffles. So I raffle off a pyramid, a candle, all kinds of things. And you guys have a chance to win, and you get free entries into those raffles. One free. So it's a really great way to give back to the subscribers, the members, and just have fun on my channel. Today we're going to do Oahspe, Book of Jehovah's Kingdom on Earth, which containeth within it the Book of Shalom, all of which is anti-script. So we're going to start this today and pick up further. Chapter 1. In the early days of the Cosmon era, after the revelations of the Father's kingdom on earth had been published and was known abroad over all the world, there went forth many in Jehovah's name to accomplish unto the resurrection of man, and for the glory of the Almighty the new kingdom. Foremost amongst the many there came out of Oz one who was esteemed wise and good above all others. And because he was a representative man, the people named him Te. And Te prayed unto Jehovah for light and knowledge as to know best he could accomplish good unto the resurrection of the race of man. And Jehovah answered Te, saying, Go, bring my people out of Uz, and found them in a place by themselves, for now is the beginning of the founding of my kingdom on earth. Te answered, saying, Behold, O Jehovah, I have gathered together many men and many women, and they all profess a desire to found thy kingdom. One desireth to be a teacher, another to be a superintendent, another an overseer, another an advisor. And they are all learned and wise and good in their own way, but alas, there are neither workers nor capitalists, the two chief of all that I require. Now I pray thee, O Father, what shall thy servant do? Jehovah answered Te, saying, Go, seek and bring out of us orphan babes, and cast away infants and foundlings, and these shall be thy colony, which shall be my new kingdom on earth. Te inquired, What can a man do with babes? How shall I feed them? Moreover, how not money to hire nurses? Jehovah said, Have faith in thy Creator and a good work done unto my little ones. Behold, I will provide. Whatsoever thou dost unto them, even dost thou unto me, wherein thou shalt not fail. Neither shalt thou strive to teach any adult man or woman who is without faith in me, Behold, my people are infants in this era. Deal thou with them, and with such only as are willing to serve them. For as much as they are served, even so am I served also. So Tay gathered together orphan babes and castaway infants and foundlings, a great number. And a woman named S heard of Tay and his work, and she came to him inquiring, how can a man attend babes? Now, because I have heard of thy work, behold, I have come to thee to labor for our Father in heaven. Tay said, whoso would labor for our Father in heaven, let her do unto these little ones. S said, even for that I am before thee, I beseech thee, put me to work. Tay inquired, knowest thou the care of infants? And she answered him, saying, in such labor, alas, I have had no experience, but I know Jehovah will guide me aright. Otherwise, he had not inspired my soul unto the work. All wisdom is possible through Jehovah. Tay said, such being thy faith, thou art the first chosen woman in the Father's new kingdom. Go therefore and fulfill thy part, and may the Father be with thee. So S went to work, accomplishing what was required unto the infants. And Tay went again unto Uz, and brought hence more infants, many more than were possible unto the care of one woman. So Tay issued a call to wit, wanted 50 men and women who are faithless in Jehovah and are willing to take part in founding the Father's kingdom on the earth as it is in heaven. And there came in answer to Tay's call thousands and thousands of men and women. And Tay cried out, Jehovah, what shall thy servant do? Behold, I asked for 50 men and women, and here are come thousands and thousands. Jehovah answered Tay, saying, try them, my son, and see if they be worthy. As many as are prepared thou shalt accept. As many as are not prepared thou shalt not accept. Behold, there is room for millions. And Tay spake unto the multitude, saying, I call forth 50 men and women, and lo, here are thousands, willing to take part in founding the Father's kingdom on earth. Now behold, when I saw your great number, I cried out, O Jehovah, what shall thy servant do? I did ask but for 50, and there are come here thousands and thousands. And Jehovah answered, saying, try them, my son, as many as are prepared, accept; as many as are not prepared, accept not. Behold, there is room for millions. Now therefore he say ye, what is the founding of the Father's kingdom? Who here knows the way and how to take part therein? It came to pass that many of the multitude answered Tay, and of all that thus spake, the following were the chief words, to wit, Sutta said, to do what I am willing to do is to take part in founding the Father's kingdom. Therefore, hear me. To adjust capital and labor, that each shall contribute to the advantage and glory of both, that the capitalist shall receive good profit on his capital, and the laborer high in uniform wages. To adjust them that they can live side by side equally and neither above nor under the other. That's funny. That they may have extensive domains and beautiful parks, excellent factories, virtuous and industrious people. The part that I am capacitated to fill in this great work is to reveal the key and the plans to explain all things to both the capitalists and laborers. After the manna, Sutta went on a great length, and he was followed by several others who had similar plans, but each one doubted the other's capacity as being qualified for the work. Aborn spake next. He said, I have heard Sutta's project. It is a farce. Capital and labor cannot harmonize. And even if they could, it would be a worldly basis. It would not be the Father's kingdom. In his kingdom there shall be neither buying nor selling, neither servant nor master. Now behold, I say to you all, men and women as such can not harmonize together. They are diversive in all their ideas and general knowledge. The only way to accomplish the Father's kingdom is through infants, to raise them up in the way they should go. But even with this, failure will result, save their prenatal condition is provided for. Therefore, the part I am capacitated to accomplish is to become father to innumerable offspring by most exalted and enlightened women. Also, I have great knowledge of physiology, mentonology, and psychology, and I would be willing to be examiner and dictator. Dictator, that's great. As to prospective parents, thus spake a born, a great length, and others spake in like manner, but each one preferred himself as the prospect father of the offspring. Next spake Thertis. She said, this it is to found the Father's kingdom on earth. Hear me, that ye may understand. Behold, all things shall be possible through women, especially to raising up a new generation on the earth. During the period of gestation, man should not approach women. Nigh, in that period, women should be treated as very goddess. Her every want and whim and notion should be gratified to the utmost. When she spake or raised her finger during the gestation period, every man and woman and child should run to do her service. And she should be surrounded by cultured and exalted companions, and charmed with sweet music and delightful entertainments. Yea, as a very goddess should all men do her reverence. When such a woman hath a child born, behold, there will be one child for the Father's kingdom. Now behold, give me the choice as to who shall father my children, and such a part shall be my part to help found the Father's kingdom. After Thertis, then spake many of the women after the same manner, and each one doubted the other's capacity to fill the place, but recommended herself. Amos spake next. He said, I have heard all these beautiful systems. I am ready for any of them. Behold, I am a landscape gardener. The part I can do is to lay out the grounds for plots of flowers and grass and ornamental trees. But ye shall provide laborers for me. I work not with my own hands. I plan and design. My capacity is my talent and in my education. After Amos then spake 500 physicians, each one offering himself to be the physician for the Father's kingdom. Then spake an equal number of lawyers in the same way. Next spake 1,000 teachers of the piano, each one offering to teach the young for the Father's kingdom. And now with the slow and solemn aspect rose up and spake 500 priests of Brahma. They said, we have heard, we have seen, behold, the Father's kingdom is none of these. It is the second coming of Brahma. He shall come in flames of fire from the east and west and north and south. By the magic touch of his wand, the different castes of men shall be sorted, and the dead shall come forth from their graves, and Brahma shall judge them. The sky shall be filled with holy angels, the spirits of the saints, with wings of fire and with tails of mile in length. And the elect of the earth shall rise in glory and be immersed in nirvana forever, even at the feet of Oahspe. This it is to found the Father's kingdom on earth, after which all flesh shall come into life free from sin. The corruptible shall turn incorruptible forever. Now behold, our part in founding his kingdom is to preach unto you Brahma's everlasting gospels. Next to speak were 500 Buddhist priests. They said, we have heard and seen also. Our learning no man may gainsay. As for Brahma and his second coming, for the matter, he never came once. None have seen him, nor found his dwelling place. Therefore he is but a superstition, a relic of the dark ages. Hear us then, as to the founding of the Father's kingdom of heaven on earth. It is the second coming of Buddha, when every knee shall bow down and own him Lord of all the world. Behold, Buddha shall come with 2 swords and 12 spears, and he shall have 10,000 brides. When Buddha shall blow his breath upon the earth, the grave shall be open, and the dead shall come forth and speak, and Buddha shall judge them according to the caste, so he will separate them. And 10,000 times 10,000 million angels with fiery wings and with tails 2 miles in length will overspread the earth. And all flesh shall become incorruptible. The lion shall eat straw, and the lamb shall rejoice in its kin without fear. Next spake 500 Christian priests. They said, what profanity we have heard. Behold, as for Brahma and Buddha, they are but myths. It is the second coming of Christ, which is the founding of the Father's kingdom. Christ said, think not I am to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. It is he that shall subdue all the world and make men bow down and own him Lord of all. He shall come in a sea of fire with millions of archangels. And when his servants Gabriel bloweth his horn upon the earth, the grave shall open, and the dead shall come forth and speak to the living. And he shall judge them, separating them, the bad to everlasting torments, and the good who have worshipped him shall rise and inherit everlasting bliss. Now behold, the part we can do in founding the Father's kingdom is to preach and explain the beautiful doctrines of our blessed Lord. When many others have thus spoken, Te said unto them, I call for such as had faith in Jehovah. I am not in the labor of founding a kingdom for Buddha, nor Brahma, nor Christ, nor for anyone but the Creator, our Heavenly Father. As for the graves opening, I have nothing to do with that. Though for the spirits of the dead appearing face to face with the living, behold, that hath been accomplished now for more than 30 years, to hundreds of thousands of good people. So with that I have nothing to do either. But since ye have not proved the communion of angels during all these years, how hope ye to labor for the Father's kingdom? To all such I say, go your ways, I have no use for you. At once one half of the multitude rose up and departed, mocking, saying, the spirits of the dead, we will have none such, but angels with wings and with fiery tails a mile in length. Te inquired once more, who here hath faith in Jehovah? And if we labor together, his name living our all highest light, that his kingdom will be founded. Hundreds and hundreds said, it depends on having plenty of money and good plantation. With money, it can be accomplished. Without money, it cannot be. Te said, your faith being in money, I have no use for you. I call for those who have faith in Jehovah. Therefore go your ways also. So many more of the multitude departed, returning to Uz also, even as had the others. Te asked again, who here are capable and desirous of being leaders? Let them speak. More than 1,000 cried out, here, that is my part. I am suited to it by nature and experience and by great wisdom. Te said unto them, behold, the spirit of the age in which we live, no man desireth a leader or a dictator over him. For the reason, go your ways also. I have no use for you. Te asked again, who here have made a study of this subject and are prepared to be lecturers and teachers and advisors? Let him speak. And behold, other 1,000 cried out, that is my strength. I can explain all subjects, a diet, clothing, social intercourse, health, marriage, and worship. Others cried out, I am a trance speaker. I have angel guides 2,000 in years. Others say, I am inspirational. The ancient prophets are my spirit guides. St. John, the Revelator, Confucius, Hosea, King Solomon, Daniel. Te interrupted them, saying, behold, the signs of the time show us that, as to founding the Father's kingdom by words, sermons, and lectures, they are worthless. See here, I have gathered together hundreds of helpless orphan babes. They care for none of those things that have been offered. They need washing and feeding, and their clothes are to be washed and mend. Whoso believing in the Father that he will give up self in all respects and work for these little ones, having faith that Jehovah will provide justly and sufficiently unto all, let him come. You all do know how the farmers go about gathering up calves and colts and the young of all sorts, and they take them to a good place and feed them, and when they are grown up, they are the choice in the market. Now behold, there are thousands of fatherless and destitute children in Uz, which left to themselves either die or grow up to be thieves, robbers, and murderers. These are cheaper than calves and young colts, and they may be raised to be more profit to themselves and to the state than 10 times as many cattle. Who then is ready to join in this labor without money and without price, devoting his life to training them up to practical knowledge, not only of books, but to use their hands in trades and factories, that these little ones may become useful citizens and joy to themselves and the glory to the Father? Let such speak. And now behold, 50 men and 50 women spake, saying, Take us in Jehovah's name. We have neither whim nor conceit to carry out. We are willing and anxious to go to this labor, and we know Jehovah will provide unto us. From day to day, his light will shine upon us, and we shall know what to do. Thy children shall be our children, their hardships are hardships. We come not for rest, not glory, nor comforts, but we come to serve Jehovah in whatever so he may give us to do for his kingdom. Tay said, In Jehovah's name, I accept you. Whatsoever is mine shall be yours also. Thus it came to pass that out of all the thousands and thousands who came, only 50 were accepted. And the others went their way, mocking, saying, A most beautiful Father's kingdom on earth. History of Shalom, formerly called Book of Shalom. Excuse me. Black seed oil does that to my system. The voice of Jehovah came to Tay, saying, Take thy people, go whither. I will lead thee, and ye all shall be blessed. Quite sufficient are these to begin the founding of my kingdom on earth. And Tay and his people went away to an unoccupied country by the river Shalom, so called because Tay had said, I take the babes the Urzans would not have, and I came to a place where the Urzans would not live. And yet I will make it a place of peace and plenty, therefore it shall be called Shalom. And when they had pitched their tents and fed the children, Tay called them together that he might speak before them. Tay said, By and through Jehovah are all things accomplished, either directly or indirectly. If directly by his inspiration, then are all things well done, and in peace and righteousness and love and wisdom. If indirectly and through other inspiration, then indeed is man answered in disaster and unhappiness. Foremost of all, must it be man's aim to receive light directly from Jehovah in regard to all things, to do which man must approach his Creator in words and conduct, doing in practice the right which he perceiveth in judgment. Now therefore, from our youth up, we have repeated the prayer, Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Yet not one of us put forth a hand to accomplish what we prayed for, in which our prayers profane the Almighty. For had we been true in heart, we had taken hold in practice according to our best ability. In not doing which, we were false before Jehovah, and he could not answer our prayers in truth. Moreover, we had said to one another from our youth up, As ye would that others should do unto you, do ye even unto them. Nevertheless, we serve ourselves only. We visited not the fatherless and the motherless. We sold not what we might and gave to the poor. We professed faith in Jehovah, but we manifested faith in money and in soldiers in warfare. We had said, Love the Creator with all thy soul and heart and mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. Neither of which we fulfill. Now therefore we were unrighteous toward man and false before Jehovah. In repentance and shame have we come out of Uz, because we could not fulfill the commandments whilst dwelling in Uz. Behold, we have come thence to begin a new life upon the earth, and that our labor in our lives may be given unto Jehovah with profit for the raising up of the race of man, and for the glory of the Almighty. Let us covenant ourselves unto him in fullness of heart and of soul, and with all our mind, to practice all the commandments in fullness. What say ye? The multitude answered with one voice, We desire to covenant with Jehovah, that our labor and our growth may contribute to the founding of his kingdom on earth. Make thou therefore thy covenant with the Creator, and that we may be in unison. Behold, we will repeat with thee thy words, that Jehovah may be glorified therein. Tay said, Hear me then, We make the covenant to Jehovah. In the heavens, the angels surrounded the heavenly throne with columns of fire and water, and all the space within the circuit is named the place of the Holy Covenant, and it is appropriated to worship and to sacred rites and ceremonies. But places of amusement and all other kind of entertainments not sacred in the rites and ceremonies are situated external to the place of the Holy Covenant. Now, therefore, in remembrance of Jehovah's heavenly kingdoms, let us mark a circular line around about this place and march in procession, dedicating the enclosure to the Holy Covenant. The multitude said, "This is wise. By system and order and a place for all things, harmony will answer unto us. Lead thou therefore the way, and we will march with thee." Then Tay marched, drawing the line of the sacred circle, and multitude, two abreast, marched after him. Tay said, "I draw the line of the sacred circle unto thee, Jehovah. In thy name I dedicate and enclose this, the place of the Holy Covenant, to be thy forever." The multitude responded, "May I remember thy line of the sacred circle, Jehovah, and comfort myself within it for thy honor and glory forever. Within this place am I about to covenant myself to thee forever as a laborer to fulfill thy kingdom on earth for the resurrection of man." Response: "May I remember the little ones within the sacred circle, whom thou hast given into my charge. For those welfare on earth and in heaven, I'm about to covenant myself unto thee, to make myself an example and sacrifice before them during all my life. Together, in remembrance of the pillars of light in heaven that surrounds the throne of thy Son, God of earth and heaven, we built here a hedge and a fence as a lasting testimony that we dedicated to thee, Jehovah, the enclosed place of the sacred covenant." The Holy Covenant. Then Tay and his hosts went into the midst of the place of the Holy Covenant, and the hosts formed in a crescent, and Tay stood betwixt the horns thereof. And whilst thus standing, Tay, being moved by the light of Jehovah upon him, uttered the covenant, and his hosts in concert uttered the words after him. And these words were called the Holy Covenant, even as they are to this day, to wit, Thou, O Jehovah, as thou hast declared thyself in the book of Jehovah, to thee I covenant myself to be thine forever, and to thee only, O Jehovah. And I abjure all gods but thee, and I abjure all lords but thee, and I abjure all saviors but thee. In this thy place of the Holy Covenant do I covenant myself unto thee, to be only thine and forever. My corporeal body I dedicate and covenant unto thee, to be in thy service during all my life, because thou madest it out of thy own material. Behold, it is thine. The workmanship is thine, the material is thine also. I have no claim upon it. Unto thee and for thy service do I resign it forever. Into my charge thou gavest it unto me as the habitation of my spirit. Because it is thy gift, I will care for it and keep it clean and pure before thee, that it may be acceptable to thee and to the presence of thy holy angels. My spirit I also dedicate and covenant unto thee, to be in thy service forever. My mind and soul I dedicate and covenant unto thee, to be in thy service henceforth forever. My whole self, whereof I am made, soul and body, dedicate and covenant I unto thee, to be in thy service forever. Out of thy own self madest thou me, soul and body, and they are thy only, to be used for thee forever. Appropriate thou me, O Jehovah, my corporeal body, and my spirit, my mind, my behavior, and my thoughts, to be a profit to thee, for founding thy kingdom on earth. And I covenant unto thee, Jehovah, I will search constantly into my own every act and deed and word and thought, to make myself true in the practice of thy highest light upon me. That henceforth forever I will search to find the highest light, and I will practice the same toward all men, women, and children. Unto them will I not only do as I would be done by, but more I will do for them. With all my wisdom and strength, all my life, I covenant unto thee, Jehovah, that since all things are thine, I will not own nor possess exclusively unto myself anything under the sun which may be entrusted to me, which any other person or persons may covet or desire, or stand in need of. Neither more will I talk of myself either in laudation of what I am, nor of what I have done, but thou shalt judge me and hold me accountable for shortness in word and behavior, wherein by any means I may manifest self-esteem or covetousness for fame, or the applause of men for even any good I have done unto others. Neither more will I censure, nor criticize, nor blame any man or woman, nor any child over 14 years of age, as an individual in all the world for any shortness in word or deed they manifest. For they are thine, Jehovah, and not mine, to be led or driven by me. So all the faithless, my brothers and sisters in thy kingdom, will I deal and think and behave in affliction as greatly and truly as were thy my own blood and kin, brothers and sisters, or father and mother. And over these babes which thou hast entrusted to me, will I be as loving and as true as were they my own blood and kin, sons and daughters. According to thy light, which thou mayest bestow upon me, will I raise them up to know thee, and to be a glory in thy kingdom. First of my teaching unto them shall be to make them know thee, and to remember that they eye is upon them, and thy hand above them, to bless them according to their wisdom, truth, love, and purity. And I will teach them the way of the communion of thy angels, to develop them in Suis and Sargris, teaching them to live for the spirit within rather than for Kippur, teaching them by books and instruments, teaching them useful trades and occupations, teaching them music and worship, teaching them dancing and gymnastics, and in all things developing in them all the talents thou hast created in them, that they may grow up to be an honor and a glory on the earth, and to rejoice because thou hast created them alive. And I will emancipate them for infancy at 14 years of age, and bestow upon them the rights of man and women to their thoughts, words, deeds, choice, and actions, throwing upon them at that age their responsibility unto thee for their thoughts, words, ideas, behavior, as fully as I claim the same unto my own self. And now, O Jehovah, that is, thy kingdom on earth may be known and distinguished from the habitations of the Urzans. We make this our solemn oath unto thee. We will not now nor forever make war, nor engage in war, nor take any part in war for any God, nor Lord, nor Savior, nor country, nor king, or other ruler on earth, nor will we aid or abet war in any way whatever. Neither will we now nor forever eat fish, nor flesh of any creature thou didst create alive. And we swear unto thee, Jehovah, in regard to these our babes, thou hast given unto our keeping to find the kingdom on earth. We will raise them up to abjure war like unto this our oath unto thee, and to practice not the carnivorous habit belonging to the Urzans. Neither will we use nor permit to be used in Shalom any intoxicating drink, nor weed, nor root, nor gum, nor any other drug for the contamination of human flesh by intoxication or for stimulation unnaturally. Make us strong and wise, O Jehovah, in this our covenant and oath unto thee, for thy are the honor and the glory of all things, time without end. I'm going to leave it there, guys. We did chapters 1 through 5. Really interesting right there. There's a lot of interesting things to take in. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I thank you so much for listening. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within, be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, seed your truths, light that path forward, and I hope to see you all in the next one. I will be live tomorrow for Friday Night Live. I just don't know what time, so make sure you're dinging that little icon belly, ding, ling, ling, so that you know when I go live. And I hope you all have a fantastic and blessed day wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.